If you are a subscriber to this channel, stay tuned to the end of this video because you are going to want to hear what I have to offer you folks who are subscribers. This is an urgent update about the SBA's current payment assistance program as of August 7th, 2025. I'm Trevor, the EIDL expert. Like my clothing that I change every day, the Small Business Administration just can't help itself, changing stuff and confusing you small business owners daily, weekly, monthly, annually. You know, I did Federal Housing Administration, FHA government loans for 30 years. And it occurred to me recently, I said to Linda Ray, I said, you know, in the 30 years that I originated FHA loans, practically nothing about the program changed. You know, except in the 21st century, the introduction of desktop underwriting, which is a black box software underwriting, but you still needed to adhere to the original guidelines that I read in 1989. Yeah, meanwhile, the SBA, okay, so earlier this year, March 19th, they canceled without notice, arbitrarily, capriciously, the Hardship Accommodation program with minimal information on the SBA website, which they actually didn't update until May, 2 months later, confusing the living bejesus out of all you small business owners. If you were in the program, does that mean I'm still in the program? I'm not in the program? What does it mean? No guidance from SBA. They then introduced something called, that they now call PA, Payment Assistance. We have dubbed it Short-Term Payment Assistance because in the original emails, that's what SBA called it. But again, SBA keeps changing on you small business owners as if you got nothing better to do than watch Trevor on YouTube. Wait. I mean, is that a bad thing? Okay, here's the update, which I just verified a few minutes ago here on August 7th, 2025 on the SBA.gov website. If your quote original EIDL loan amount was $200,000 or less, that's $200,000 or less. And it says original. I don't know what original means yet. We're on vacation right now. I'm doing this video as an urgent update. I'll come back to you with what does that mean after I test it out. But loans of $200,000 or less, you can request what the SBA is now calling PA, Payment Assistance, directly on the My SBA Portal. To be eligible, you cannot be more than 90 days delinquent. Previously, the SBA said 120 days delinquent. They have changed that requirement. Now it's 90 days. You cannot be more than 90 days delinquent. You cannot be in a charge-off status. They give you an option on how to get out of charge-off status, by the way. More on that in a moment. One of our wonderful one-hour consulting call clients who had an SBA loan of $200,000 agreed to do a screen share with me earlier this week. You know who you are. Thank you for that help. Your free guidebook is on the way. She was able not only to share the screenshots with me, which we cannot show you here in our video or in our guidebooks because SBA has copyrighted the My SBA Portal, unlike any other federal government website you have ever seen, that I have ever seen. But there you go. So that's why you don't see us sharing screenshots of the My SBA Portal. Oh, and as a side note, as a former licensed loan originator, did government loans, it's also I don't know if it's illegal, but you are not permitted to use the SBA logo in your communications. And yeah, so all that spam email you're getting from people who pretend to be us and they have the SBA logo, it tells you that they don't know what they're talking about. We never use the SBA logo in our communications. Okay, you have a loan of $200,000 or less, and you think, based upon my new update, based upon SBA's update, you're just going to hop into My SBA Portal right now, instantly get approved. But you should be careful because I read each one of those questions that you have to answer. And SBA, you do not want to mess with the SBA and approach this in a willy-nilly, lackadaisical, irresponsible approach. You need to be prepared. If you answer incorrectly to these questions, A, you might find you don't get approved instantly or at all. B, you might find you become subject to compliance review and an audit. And then we've done videos about that because we've seen it with our own eyes. SBA might tell you you're not only ineligible for this program, you're ineligible to participate in all SBA programs forever and ever and ever. Yes. Be a responsible business owner. Buy our guidebook because in that guidebook, I have taken each question and dissected it like a 9th grade biology student frog. Yeah, I did that in 9th grade biology. And dissect it and gave you my expert advice on the correct way to answer these questions and the things you need to look at before you click that yes or no box in these attestation questions. In the SBA Portal, loan summary page, loan details, you'll see the enrollment tab. You hit that, and there are questions you must respond to. And once you have completed those, you must complete an attestation disclosure that you're not lying and that none of the business owners are in bankruptcy. And then once you click that submit button, instant approval. So those are the 3 key elements I wanted to share with you this morning. Number 1, $200,000 or less, you can request payment assistance through the SBA Portal. Number 2, you must answer a series of questions, yes or no. And you must attest to those answers to be accurate because you don't want to get in trouble there. And number 3, the approvals appear to be instant. 50% reduction for 6 months. And as we've discussed in videos previously, be careful because you might only get 5 payments, not 6. Because again, SBA. We learned that through the Hardship program that people were supposed to get 6 months of payments and they only got 5. I don't know, 6, 5. Make it make sense, SBA. There's an important disclosure in the terms disclosure on this new payment assistance guidance on the request process on the SBA Portal. It says you can only request this payment assistance once in 5 years. Listen, it's like a speed limit. When I drive the speed limit, I didn't make the rules. I'm just driving the speed limit. While you're dogging me behind me here in Connecticut and you want to do 75 and a 35, do what you got to do. But I'm going to do the speed limit. Same here, folks. For those of you who tell us we give bad news all the time, we're just the messengers. We don't make up the speed limit signs and rules. We have a special alert, special announcement, if you will. I just spent better part of all day yesterday, and I'm going to do it again this afternoon, finishing updates to our short-term payment assistance guidebook, which is currently at a certain price point. On August 12th, we are going to dramatically increase, and I say dramatically, the price is going to go up by $50. But because you are a loyal subscriber to our channel who hit the notifications bell, so you're watching this video pretty much as it's being published, you have the chance to jump into our website right now and grab the updated short-term payment assistance guidebook for the current price before we increase the price. And we're doing that as a way to reward you folks who did all those simple things we asked you to do. You hit thumbs up and you subscribe to the channel. Because 7 out of 10 people who watch our free videos refuse to pay for our videos with these 2 simple things. And so therefore, when they get these videos, because they're not subscribed, they'll have to pay the higher price. And why is the price higher? I was actually discussing with Linda Ray possibly lowering the price. But then when I sat down yesterday to do the work, I spent something like 4 or 5, 6 hours working on this, not including the video chat I did earlier this week with our client to the screen shares, not including Linda Ray's time for formatting and publishing the guidebook, and my having to do revisions on that guidebook today, spell check and all that stuff. It's a lot of work, not to mention, doing these videos and keeping up to date so you get accurate information. That's all we strive to do here is give accurate information. So if you're a subscriber, we want to reward that. You can purchase the short-term payment assistance guidebook through the link in the description below and through the top comment. And why we encourage folks to subscribe and like, and also we ask you to buy our guidebooks, our EIDL resource hub, is because as recently as just a few minutes ago, people reach out to us every day of the week with a 911 call. And if you look around, you will notice that this is not a firehouse. There are no fire trucks here. We are not here to rush to emergency calls because you, as a small business owner, failed to plan and prepare, failed to heed our guidance, our advice, which we've been giving to you for 5.5 years, which is invest in our guidebooks. You know, the EIDL Resource Hub, which is now at our final price, and that price is 4 times, it is 10 times higher than the original price we offered back in 2021 when we published the first version. And you'd say, well, why do you keep increasing the price? The amount of work that went into it. There you have it. Update August 7th, 2025 for the short-term payment assistance program, which SBA is now calling payment assistance, changing the requirements for eligibility, changing the process to apply. They claim on the SBA website they're working diligently on making this available to borrowers with COVID loans higher than $200,000. We will see, and of course, we will update that. But again, I'm on vacation, so I'm done. I'm Trevor, the EIDL expert. If you found the video helpful, hit that thumbs up and like the video. Tell YouTube to share this video with other small business owners with COVID EIDLs just like you. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next time around.